So just to jump into that last question then, it came in from Andy Martin. He just asked, one question among many I have is, how long should the reins be as an average? Because I know it may be different for everyone. I have some people telling me to shorten the reins and others telling me to lengthen them. No one instruction is absolutely the correct instruction, but there has to be something that is always right. Over to you, Gav.
I think that's such a great question, to be honest, because it's something that, I keep advocating that I never have one grip on the reins. I'm always adjusting length. And if you're talking about how to hold the reins and how to adjust them correctly, that's really, really important, okay? But if you're taking a general rule, your hand should be over the withers of the horse in front of your saddle. So if you're too short, your hand's against the horse's neck, okay? And if you're too long, that hand is back behind the pommel of the saddle. Now, the reins that are too long are as problematic as the reins that are too short. Because remember that every time you go to hit the ball, you lean forward and you let the reins go loose because they're too long. You can't do otherwise. Or they make you sit back and hit the ball here, which is incorrect. So I talked yesterday about that left arm and what it's doing in your swing. And you've got to keep a contact with the horse by allowing that elbow to actually come slightly forward so that you're still riding your horse here and you've got contact with the reins. But that hand has got to be just in front of the pommel, okay? Now, the reason I think it's such a great question is there is no one rein length that is going to be correct. Because if you had a walk and your hands are in that position, okay, and you're wanting a nice gentle feeling to the mouth, the reins are going to be a lot longer. And as you get into a trot, you'll find you have to shorten them up. So get your right hand behind your left hand, grab the reins there and slide your rein hand slightly up to keep it in that position. Now you get into a canter, and again, just because of the gait of the horse, the reins feel long again. So you will have to shorten up a little bit more. So actually there are 3 correct rein lengths depending on the speed you're at, okay? But also remember that if you're riding too long, your adjustments with the horse also, your hand is moving so far that the horse gets confused. It starts to get unbalanced. Where if you've got your hands where I'm telling you, where there's a little bit of space, okay, between your hand and the horse's neck, and again, it depends on the horse, because if it's a very upright head and it's a high head carriage, your hands are going to be a lot nearer the neck than on a horse that's got a correct head carriage or a low head carriage. Okay, but if your hands are just in front of that pommel there, okay, on the horse's withers, now your adjustments, it's like driving a Formula One racing car. You wanting that direct steering. When you've got the long reins like this, it's like driving an American saloon car with power steering, that you've got to adjust far more to get the feeling of the direct steering, where that is changing what's happening to the car. Same with your horse. You're going to do this with long reins, where with your short reins, it's that to correct the horse. And the horse is much more balanced and knows what you're asking. And it doesn't overcompensate, and you start to get this feeling of the horse flopping from side to side. So 3 rein lengths for the different gaits: walk, trot, and canter. And just keep that hand in front of the pommel over the withers.